In a universe where life does not end at death, we explore the infinite possibilities forged by our very minds. Welcome to Arthadian Anthologies. Greetings, fellow travelers and storytellers. Welcome to a Reborn in Power series featuring two of Evemore's chosen. One of the Dusk, and one of the Dawn. And the most climactic clash the Core Realms has ever seen. Follow along as we dive into the conflict that curses the realm of Evemore and her children. Siron, we return to the Rytadium engulfed vessel, where you are on course for the world of the primogenitors. You've learned a few things. Specifically, there is a Redicon within Krogo's squadron that is from Moriat originally. His name being Zeratul, he is an enforcer, but apparently he has ties with the one Evemore says is going to be your potential doom. Your potential reckoning. The chosen of the Dawn. And she's been preparing you for this battle. You've also learned that there is a void presence, which is what brings you the affinity of the void. Mother Kine has been on Orogo Kine for as long as you can remember. Since the legend of Runan on your home world. Kine wants to provide you a path towards expanding your own power through her. But you still question whether or not this is the right thing to do. You still want to make sure that Evemore gives you her blessing, which apparently she did. And now, as you drift off for several marks now, during this trip to the Primo's world, you've been having dreams. Dreams of there's a kite. Kine. And a deeper mysteries that revolve around the dark void. You feel like if you are to gain this power, you may need to go there yourself. You wake up inside the ship. You look around. You are inside your own personal quarters. What would you like to do?
I would like to go over to speak to Vendez.
All right. You stand up. The door slides open. You begin to head out, going over to Vendez's quarters. Once you reach there, you see Goravir is outside. And he's just kind of sitting there against the wall, leaning there against the wall, and he's tapping his foot. And then he looks over at you. He's like, "Oh, hello, Archon, Siron.
Goravir.
Are you looking for Vendez too?"
Yes, I am. Where is he?
I'm not sure. He's not inside his quarters, so I was just gonna wait out here until he came back.
All right, and I'm gonna take out my codex to contact him.
Okay, you go to contact him after like a ring, like yes, Archon.
Can you report to my quarters?
Of course, right away. Oh, I guess that was probably easier to just call him. I mean, he doesn't really answer me sometimes, so...
It's alright.
Especially that quick. It's like he's always busy.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder. Archon status.
Good. You begin to head out.
And I'll invite Goravir into my chambers. And we'll wait for Vendez.
Oh, he takes it. Okay. And then he comes along with you. You guys head back to your chambers. The door slides open. You go behind the desk. And Goravir kind of comes inside. He's like, "So, how's it going? Have you been having weird dreams still?"
They've been persisting for a few marks. But, as strange as they are, there is a running theme, and I'm seeing things more clearly.
I see.
I think I will solve this puzzle soon enough.
Okay, well, once we get you all feeling better, we'll do whatever you gotta do, okay?
Of course.
And then you see, you hear,
"Come in."
Vendez walks in. Archon?
Vendez?
Hello, Goravir. Vendez? He kind of mimics you.
Take a seat.
Yes, please take a seat. And Vendez is just like...
I'm gonna get that same look to Vendez like, oh my god.
Vendez sits down. He's like, "What can I do for you, Archon?"
Well,
"I'll tell you what you can do for him. Report to him." That is what I'm doing.
Goravir, I'll take the lead on this one.
Yes, sir. He just goes into the corner and puts his arm, like, kind of puts his arms away, tucked into his armpits, and he just kind of looks over straight at Vendez, and just like,
Alrighty then. I did instruct both of you to keep an eye out for your beings of interest. Vendez, how has your introduction been with Archov?
I've been doing my scouting about his personality, how he speaks to people. I don't trust him.
That's fair.
But I believe that he is controlled by fear currently.
Unfortunately, we may have to keep it that way. For now. Until I can be rid of this kinetic rush. Once then, we can see if we could set up some form of diplomacy. He may want nothing to do with the pacifists. But if he is controlled by fear, then he's not going to betray us. At least not anytime soon. We need to learn what's around these different worlds.
Of course.
And as my diplomat, you're going to need to pay extra attention to these.
Of course, my Archon.
Gorvir,
Yes, Archon?
your progress on Zeratul. Have you been sparring with him? Tell me more about what he's about.
Well, I mean, I have been sparring with him. He is actually quite formidable. Quite formidable. It's, I am not sure if it's a concern, though. I'm sure Krogo seems to have a good leash on him. And then myself, I do have, he's right on par with me. Whoever he is, he's seen a lot of combat. Some things, I'm sure, are much more than what we've handled, actually. But I mean, he's kind of stupid. And when I say stupid, I mean he's stupider than me. And Ben is just like, yeah, that's saying something. Hey, watch your tone.
Cut it out, both of you. Good job. However, Evemore, and I'm going to be looking towards Vendes, because I kind of already briefly mentioned this to Gorvir. She took me back to where Zeratul was first handed off, where Krogo made contact with him. And I found him.
Vendes looks up and is like, found who?
The Prime. The One of the Dawn.
His eyes widen. And then Gorvir kind of leans on you, like, yeah, and that's my mission, to make sure I know what the heck is going on with that, huh? And then Vendes just looks up, it's like, the Prime with the Dawn?
William Soar.
I see. What are your plans, Archon?
We'll need to see how much of Zeratul's memory has remained after the Zakite. But if what Gorvir says about his mental fortitude is correct, it may not be much, if any at all. But this could come in handy. We now have a loyal ally of his under our control.
I see. Couldn't you just probe this Reticon's mind to find out what they know about William Soar?
I plan to, after his guard is lowered. He may not be the brightest, but we still want to maintain his loyalty.
Of course.
I'll be discussing this with Krogo in more detail. However, Gorvir, keep to your assignment. And same to you, Vendez.
And he nods. Gorvir just kind of like looking at him.
And none of you will mention this prime to anyone else. The only ones who know are us three in here and Scythe.
And Regulus.
Oh yeah, Regulus too. Yeah, sorry. I totally forgot about that.
And Vendez is like, Scythe, you mean the female that's been walking around inside our ship?
She informed me on where they picked up Zeratul.
Right, and he kind of looks... You see the way he looks, it almost looks like he's starting to get kind of anxious and awkward.
I want to run an analyze check on this. Is he crushing on her too? I mean, I get there's very few females. I actually have some meta questions for you about like reproduction when it comes to the...
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal when there's a female in a Redicon society.
Oh my god. Okay. I was doing analyze. Okay. 27.
27, yeah. He's, as soon as the mention of Scythe comes up, he gets kind of awkward. And I need to actually roll for Gorvir.
Oh, yeah, for him too.
He doesn't notice.
Yeah.
Luckily. Or else...
That could have started a brawl.
But, yeah, yeah, he's kind of getting awkward about it. What do you do?
I will inform Sultan Maroon about this as well. Only all of us may know.
So we're in the inner circle now. Well, what's my title?
The Archon's Enforcer.
Oh, I am the Archon's Enforcer. What does that make Vendez?
The Archon's Spec Ops.
And
technically my diplomat.
I'd prefer your personal attendant or ambassador.
Ambassador, we'll go with that. Ambassador it is.
Thank you.
How much longer until we reach the homeworld of these primos?
Well, currently I believe we are probably about a day's journey out.
All right. Well, continue with your assignments. And Gorvir, I'm hungry.
Okay, I'll whip you up some nice meal, okay?
Thank you.
He begins to head out. And then Venda stands up and is like, Archon, may I speak to you privately?
Of course. Gorvir, get
he
started.
He already left.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, get started and you can go, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He left and then Venda stood up and said,
yeah, I get you.
And he looks at you and is like, this Prime. What does he look like?
Okay, wait, I gotta think, like, in the time, like, this is, like, probably 5 cycles after the great event.
No, 8.
8 cycles after that, okay.
Cycles after reset.
Okay, so he's still fairly youngish, like, he's in his mid-30s.
Probably, no, late 30s.
Late 30s?
Yeah.
I thought it was, like, 25 when all this happened.
Oh, no, you're probably, like, 33 right now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, so, so I am in, like, my early 30s.
33 cycles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you.
So,
Looking at my little figurine thing. Trying to think, okay, what does he got?
You don't remember what William's sword looks like?
I just think of him as like an older man with like a touch of gray now.
Okay, well, what's his skin color?
No, I'm
his
getting
eye
to that.
color?
I'm getting into that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so.
But say it like...
sorry.
Like Siron would say it.
Of course, sorry. It's because I'm actually genuinely thinking about it. This prime has a tan complexion, dark brown hair, somewhat longer, in armor I am unfamiliar with, actually. Carrying a blaster of sorts and a mace rod.
Mace rod. I never heard of one of those before.
And I'm going to pull up my codex and see like an entry of what those kind of weapons are.
Is an exotic weapon. Not used by many. It has the morph capability of turning into like a full staff, into and then also a mace itself. But yeah. And then Vendes looks and it's like, huh.
And one touched by Evemore at that.
Why would Evemore do such a thing? This was... How long ago was this? Was this before the reset?
It has to be. By the time the reset occurred, Evemore was beginning to shift.
You see, Vendes is really trying to think right now. He's more in his head currently. You see him trying to plot out something in his head.
As my ambassador.
Yes, sorry.
It's alright. You may come across allies of this one. As part of your assignment, now that we have a description and a name, once we go into the core, find him.
You guys are technically in the core.
Well,
going to the foundation.
Well, foundation region. Yeah. Sorry, it's because I'm thinking like how Rogokind is like way in the darker regions and whatnot. So like I almost like separate it into like close enough to planar unity, but I see I kind of see the scale. The pillars. There, we'll go with that. Okay. Find him for me.
Shall I confront him?
Not without my permission. We only will have one shot.
I will do what I can after this mission. Walk on.
Thank you, Vendes. Now, I must eat.
You head out. And you begin to head over to where the food is. Once you get into the area where Gorovir is cooking, he makes you a meal. You eat the meal. It's rather tasty.
That's my Gorovir.
Yeah. And after that, you have a nice chat with Gorovir. It's pleasant. He tells you stories of... Well, actually, he tells you stories that you actually haven't heard. Times where he was away from you most of the time because you were doing Archon busy stuff. And then you finish eating and you return back to your quarters. And you are to be arriving in the Primo's system in about probably like 14 hours or so. It's time for you to rest. And you lay down and you go to sleep. As you fall asleep, I would like you to roll me a discipline will check. Actually, discipline or religion? Your choice.
Actually, it wouldn't change my stat either way. But I'll go with religion.
Religion?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it wouldn't change the stat itself, but it will change the outcome of how this.
Oh, okay.
How this goes.
Well, okay. Well, let's go. Well, I'm gonna go with religion then.
Think about it like discipline is where you're not actually focused on it, and it's going to come no matter what.
Yeah.
But you're not actually focused on it. But religion is more like of a focus where you're. It's like a prayer towards something, whereas discipline is like the thing is coming towards you.
Yeah.
You're going towards it with the religion.
Okay. Religion.
You can also add I believe, what's it called?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. No. Oh, yeah. The plus 5 for the feet. Yeah. Yeah, because I already have that. Yeah, you know what?
Guiding light. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have the guiding light. So, yeah, let's do that. Oh, yeah. So, we'll have the guiding light for the religion.
All right.
18, 23, plus whatever I roll here. 30. Exactly.
30?
Mm-hmm. You're grinning and it's kind of scaring me.
You go to rest. Oh, let's do this one actually. You begin to fall asleep. Your pathway shows a purple light pulsating in your head. Everything around you is darkness. The light pulsates. It almost feels like you can reach out and grab it. Do you grab it?
Of course.
As you go to grab it, I would like you... no, actually no. You go to grab it and you see the light shifts out of your grip. And it kind of flows away for a second. But then it comes back to you. And it floats up to where you can grab it again. Do you go to grab it?
I do.
How do you go to grab it?
I guess I'm going to show you motion, but I'm pretty much gonna reach around, kind of like I wind up a bit, and then just try to squeeze it
How quickly?
I would say 75% speed, whatever that would be.
Okay.
More aggressive and faster, but I'm not trying to outsmart it or anything. I'm just going for it.
Okay, you kind of go for it. As you go for it, you see it fling out of your reach again, and then you see it begin to float back and return back straight towards you, and it begins to pulsate brighter.
I'm going to try one more time, but go quickly.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a straight agility.
Oh, son of a... Of course, it's my lowest stat. See how we do. Yeah, 8.
You see, you go to quickly grab at it, and it flings upward, and it just pulsates right in front of you. And then you see it fizzle away. As it fizzles away, you feel a and it begins to encroach on you, onto your body, onto your chest. Go ahead and roll me an endurance check.
My other lowest stat. $21.
21. You feel the come straight into your chest, and your body begins to struggle against this feeling, and then it's almost like you begin to hear. And you begin to hear the voice in your head. Archon, Siren, Archon. You are the chosen of Evemore. My mother. What do you do?
Motherkind.
Yes. You'll learn what I have to offer.
I have received your mother's blessing.
You. The voice begins to shift. You. You begin to hear the voices. Vendes. Corvair. Regulus. You begin to hear the voices of all your men come through in these whispers. And then you feel a wave slam down onto you. And then your eyes open. As they open, you see you are in some kind of swamp. A dark swamp. And then a bright red light begins to emerge from the horizon. And it begins to emanate across this swamp as you see stems reaching up to the heavens in the distance. And those stems look just like the Zakite. And then you see inside the darkness, what looks like it's almost like the star, the red star in the distance is shimmering down onto the liquid beneath you that you've just woken up from. And you see it begins to swell up into a vortex. Right in front of you. And as you sit up and you look into there, I would like you to roll me a perception check, please.
$23.
23. As you look into this vortex, you begin to see a vision. It's almost like you can see yourself entering into a dark space where you see no light emanating from it. You're inside a single pod, alone, by yourself. And you enter and you disappear. You begin to see your men struggling to maintain a connection to your pod inside a ship. You see Tenton. And he's like, hurry, quick! And you see him like ordering people around. They're all rushing to maintain a connection. And then you see the static go black all over their screens. And their ship goes dark. And then they're able to get their ship active again. And they begin contacting. It seems like they're contacting Sultan Maroon, Regulus, and Archcommander Vorman. And the people who are contacting them is Tenton. It looks like it is Vendez and Gorvir, along with Krogo. And you get the sense that they're figuring out what they're going to do. Planning stages. Regulus explains to them. It's almost like you get all of this from this whole situation as you're looking into the vortex. Regulus explains. They are not to worry, as Evemore will guide the Archon through this dark void. It does not matter the timing. All that matters is that he returns stronger than before. We must continue the efforts that he has given us. Then they begin to dish out orders. Vendez was ordered by you to search for all the allies of one William Soar across the Foundation region. He is then assigned several commanders and operatives to also be sent out throughout the Foundation region. This is also helmed alongside Archcommander Vorman. Regulus and Sultan Maroon maintain the forces on the home, along with Vorman, who maintains the military, but it seems like they're all leading towards a greater goal of making sure that everything is in check, and that they prepared for this, for the moment that you would be gone for an extended period of time. They prepared. And then you feel yourself get siphoned into the vortex. And as you are inside the vortex, you are in a pod, drifting through utter darkness. Whispers begin to get intertwined with you. You feel your heart beating. Everything begins to encroach on you, like the same feeling you had when you were inside that space before. A space that you've been in several times now. A dark space. And then you hear the Archon Siren, Archon Siren, Archon Siren, Archon Siren, Siren, Archon, 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 chanting all around you. Your people, Archon. And then the darkness fades away, and you see twinkling red stars begin to appear, and you're drifting through space. And you're drifting, and you're beginning to see stars again. And your systems come back online. And then you see in front of you is a purple and red light emanate. And as that happens, you open your eyes. You're inside your ship. And as you're inside your ship, you hear a
I'm gonna answer it.
Archon, it is Krogo. We have made it. We are in the system. Now it's about 30 minutes or so till we land.
Proceed according to plan.
Of course. And then and we're gonna end the session there.
Okay. Wait, what time is it? Because like that actually felt kind of short.
It was pretty short.
I was like, holy fuck. Yeah, that's really short. Holy shit. That's like the shortest session.
Almost about, yeah.
Yeah.
We've had pretty short ones.
Yeah. I get you. Okay.
But, I mean, you're going to be landing on the ship, and I want to have like a full thing prepared for that.
Got you. Okay.
No, not landing on a ship, landing on a world on the next session. So
okay, so a kind of couple meta questions kind of related to this. So okay, so like I knew I was being kind of like possessed to like go through and do the trial stuff. Did I already just come out of that and then I got the thing, or what happened with that?
That felt like a vision of the future.
Got it. Okay. So I didn't. Okay, so that was a vision of the future. I'm pretty much given some foresight that like regular says. Okay, got it. So I didn't actually go anywhere.
It looks like you went to the dark void, and you were lost by your men. So they began carrying out the plans that have already been kind of told by them, ordered by them. And you went into the dark void, not knowing if you would return where you you had to go alone. Like you felt like you had to go and do it alone. no one else could come with. And then, once you got onto the other side, you felt the presence of Evemore, along with Mother Kine, there with you. And it seemed like she helped you see the lights, the stars again. But yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Nice.
Sorry, I had to make that dramatic.
Yeah. Oh no! That was totally good and all that. No. I get, part of me was wondering like if that was like if because I originally thought that was like actually like a time skip that just happened right there, and then I almost like left the thing entirely. I'm like, whoa, because what I was originally seeing before
that would be trippy. Ended, that would be fucking trippy.
No, what I seriously thought happened was like me kinetically rushed as like a challenge to like overcome the void. That if I just like seen possessed, walked to a pod, got in, and left everybody, and just went straight to the void where it was telling me to go.
Oh,
and then no one could communicate with me in Regulus because he knows that I was going to accept this. That's why he was able to tell everybody. I was thinking that like when you were first telling it for like half of it.
It was close to that, but it's more like of a...
Exactly, it's like a premonition future.
Premonition of the future kind of thing. I mean...
Yeah, no, I realized that by the end, but like for the first half of it...
Can you assume what I'm going to do? Because technically we do need to do the big time skip. So I need to have a time skip.
Exactly, no, it makes sense. So that this way they could take care of the nitty gritty shit for when I come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, that'll be fun.
Sounds good.
So next session, you figure out your kinetic rush situation, and then we'll go on from there.
Sounds good. Yeah, because I definitely don't want to get into combat with anything formidable right now.
Agreed. All right. Well, thank you all for listening, and if death comes to you,
may you be
reborn in power. And credits. I thank you for listening to Dusk vs. Dawn. With each entry, we explore deeper aspects of the turmoil within the core realms. I hope you are listening carefully as we get closer to the climax of Evemore's will. Also, if you want to be reborn yourself, you can subscribe as a Chosen to access Chosen creation and exclusive Codex entries. Until next time, travelers, be safe, stay safe, and if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power.